mainstream, there are some operations, right?
Yeah,
Like map. Yeah. Can you tell me what are the operations that you have done? What are the methods that you have used?
okay, so I've used filter method.
So have you used collect method?
Yeah, collect as well.
Okay. So what are the different types of collect that you use? Like how you will collect it to list? How will you collect to your map? How will you collect to your set? Okay. So you also mentioned like in Java there is one thing called interface and class, right? Can you just list out the difference between the interface and class?
Yeah, sure. So, like interface, we cannot give the implementation of the methods, but then in class, we can give implementation of methods.
Okay, the how interface is different from abstract class.
Yeah, interface can have one abstract method, and it can have also default and static methods, and abstract can have only like abstract variables and methods.
Okay.
And
So you also yeah go bro.
abstraction is used for data hiding, like it can it can interface can extend one abstract class, and many it can implement many interfaces,
Okay.
but abstract class can just extend abstract classes.
Okay. So you when we are discussing about interface, you mentioned static methods and static variables, right? So what is the difference between a normal variable that we have declared in a Java class or Java method, and then the static method and static variable?
Okay, so static methods and variables, if we declare once, we cannot change them. So the value of static variable we cannot change, and value of the implementation of static method we cannot change. Like we cannot yeah, change the implementation. And normal variables, so even the like static variables, the memory will be allocated like once, because like you cannot change the value, right? So yeah, and normal variables, uh, you can change the value, and even the methods you can override and like change the implementation and all that.
Okay. Have you used optional class?
No, I've not used optional class.
Okay. What about lambda expression or method reference?
Yeah, so lambda expression, so what you basically do is you can give implementation of an interface in lambda expression. So you can uh, like you can use a parenthesis and give parameters, and give a hyphen and an arrow mark, and give the code, whatever you want to use. Expression you can give. If it's like the code is a little bigger, then you can give flower brackets and write the code block over there. uh, yeah, so that is what basically lambda expression is. And uh, method reference, I'm not sure.
Okay. So we have different collections, right? Set, list, and map. So what are the purposes of each of those collections? In which scenario you will use set, list, and then map?
Okay, so set and list both like implement collections, but map does not. And set we can use whenever we want unique values, like we should not have duplicate values in the list. Then we can use set. Then list we can use when we want. Insertion order will not be maintained in list. And in and like in list it is easy to compute data, so for that sake we can use list. And map will have key and value pairs, so any of the other things will not have key and value pair. So yeah, map we can use for that sake. And
So let's say I have 1,000 addresses. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so out of that one, I want to remove the duplicates from that one.
Okay.
So I'll give a address object. In that one, let's say like I have a door number, I will have a street name,
Mm-hmm.
city, state, everything.
Mm-hmm.
So if I have object like that, if if you are given some 1,000 objects, 1,000 values of that object,
Mm-hmm.
how will you identify the unique object and then provide only the unique objects?
Okay.
If there are any duplicates, you should remove that one.
Okay. So, like, you should not have, even the door numbers should not be duplicate at all.
No, the entire thing should not be
Okay.
duplicate.
Okay. Okay.
Let's say in the
Got it.
database,
Like, there'll be one object and we'll have all these data, and you're
yeah,
supposed to compare the object.
yeah. Let's say the database is like the persons and the address. Let's say you are there
Mm.
and then your brother is there.
Mm.
If both have the same address,
Mm.
it should consider only one entry of that address.
Okay.
Something, yeah.
I can think of using set as well, and also using comparable or comparator.
Okay. Okay. So let's say I have array. Okay. In
Mm-hmm.
that one, I have numbers.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And also the numbers are arranged in ascending order.
Okay.
Okay. Let's say the the elements are 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5.
Mm.
So the index 0 will have 1 and then 2, 3, and 4 and 5. It will be like that.
Mm.
Okay. So let's say I want you to find the my input will be like I'll provide a one number. Okay.
Mm.
And then you have to tell me whether the index whether that number is available. If that number is available, at which index it is available. If it is not available, you have to return -1 or something.
Okay.
So
Okay.
how will
So one thing is like we can just iterate through the array, and if that and compare if the number is present, then we can give out the index, and I think that we can use even filter for that, like using lambda expression.
okay? So even in that case, what will happen is like let's say I have provided one example like
Mm.
1, 2, 3, 4, and 5.
Mm.
So let's say I am providing input as 5.
Mm.
So you have to search until the end. So
Yes.
you'll be doing n comparisons, right? So
Um,
can we make it faster?
yeah, I mean, like if
So have you used binary search?
yeah.
Okay, so what will happen is you should find you already know like the array is sorted.
Mm.
So you can search like the middle number
Mm.
and then whatever number you are searching is less than that one, you can go to you can
Okay.
consider only the
Other
bottom
side,
half.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then
Okay.
if it is greater than you have to compare the top half.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that's a good one.
So you have to do it iteratively.
Hmm.
So if you get the bottom half, again you have to go to the center. You have to do it recursive.
Okay. Okay. Mm-hmm.
In JavaScript, have you used var, let, and const?
Yes. So
Okay.
var is used when you want to like declare a variable for the whole class, like globally, and let is used when you want to declare a variable in a block of code, and const is used when you do not want to change the value of that variable, like it's a
Okay.
constant.
Okay. So in JavaScript, there is one concept called hoisting, right? Variable hoisting and method hoisting.
I'm not sure about that.
I'll pin you a snippet
Mm,
in the meeting chat.
okay.
Okay.
Mm,
So if you run this, what will be the output?
okay.
So I'm defining a variable and then I'm defining a function.
Function, and then you're calling that function at the end.
Yeah.
So it will print out global scope 2 times.
Okay. Let's say I'm defining a inside the foo method also,
Okay.
and then define it as a local scope. What it will
Then uh, then that like the local variable that will define that will come like once global scope and that local variable.
okay. Let's say I'm removing that first line itself. Let
Okay.
a equal to global scope.
Mm-hmm.
I'm defining a in only in the method scope. Like after scope, I'm defining that variable.
Okay.
So in that case, what will be the output?
A will come as undefined and
Okay.
like the first one, console.log
Yeah.
file
Okay. Okay.
will come as undefined, and then it will go to foo.
So what will be printed in that method?
The variable that you give inside. After
Okay.
no? You said we'll give variable, right?
Yeah. Okay. So have you worked in closure in JavaScript?
Uh, like I've not worked on closure as such, but closure means like you'll have nested functions, like function inside function, and
Mm-hmm.
uh, the inner function will have access to the outer function variables.
Okay. Can you just provide a snippet how it will look like, how it is different from the normal nested functions, normal functional or normal nested function? So when you invoke the function one,
Mm. When you invoke function 1, a will be initialized to 5, uh, and then it will come to function 2, and the value of b will be like 7.
have you worked with callbacks in JavaScript?
Yes.
Okay. Can you explain how it works? How it's
Yes.
different from a method?
Mhm. Okay, so what you usually do in a callback is you call back that function, whatever is designed, uh, whatever is given inside the parenthesis. Like um,
Hey, you can provide an example, like you can provide a sample snippet of the that one works for you.
okay.
Okay. So have you used promise callback or async callback functions in your project?
Yes, so I've used promise in my first project. Over
Okay.
here I've not used. So
Can you explain how promise is different from callback?
uh,
Or just explain how promise
uh,
works.
so promise. So what happens in promise is it basically waits for all the processes to be completed, and then calls a function whatever is mentioned inside. So yeah, that's what I know about promise.
Okay.
So what basically I had done is like I had used loader for a page. So
Okay.
I had used promised for that.
Mm-hmm.
It keeps loading the page until all the background things are loaded properly.
Okay. Okay. So in the CSS and JavaScript side, uh, have you used scaling units like TX, EM, REM, or what?
Yes.
So which one you have used?
I've used EM and REM.
Okay. So can you explain how EM and REM works?
Uh, I am actually not able to recall when we are using EM and REM. Can you tell me
Okay.
so that
Okay.
I can tell you what exactly the thing.
Okay.
I think it
So
is
you.
used for like when you give uh, a number and you say REM or EM.
Yeah. Correct.
Uh, but what exactly it is? I think for border or something.
No, you can provide it for any of
Any.
the way. Yeah. If you
Okay.
want to provide scaling anywhere, you can use EM and REM.
Okay. Okay.
Only thing is like for EM there will be a base value.
REM will be
For REM, it will be based on the root value.
root
Let's say
value. Yeah,
like
it
you
will
have a
multiply that many times and
yeah, correct.
give set the scaling.
Yeah, correct. Okay. So have you heard about box model in CSS?
No, I can't recall at the moment.
Okay. So have you worked with a property called box sizing?
Uh, yes.
Okay. So in that one, there are two different values. One is border box, one is content box.
Mm-hmm.
Can you tell me the difference? How each one is different?
Yes. So you take an example of a box only. What else? So if you
Okay.
say box, sorry, what did you say? Content sizing and
Content box,
content
border
box
box.
and border box, right? Yeah. So if you give a value for border box, then it like changes the border of the box. Uh, yeah, and then for content box, it is like whatever content is there inside that box that it is used.
Okay. So what are the selectors that you have used?
Um, get element with ID and name and
Okay.
yeah.
So you haven't used any selector like hash dot something.
Mm,
Okay. So have you heard about event bubbly?
no.
So let's say like yeah, let's say there is a cake event, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's say I have a button inside the
Inside what?
div, a
Okay.
div element.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Hmm.
So I have event attached to both div and the button.
Okay.
Okay. Let's say I click on the button.
Okay.
So will it trigger both the events? Because
There is an event in div as well.
yeah.
So whatever content you click on inside that's inside div will trigger the event of the div.
So in this case, I have two events, right?
Yeah.
Button also will have the event, and div also will have the event. Will it trigger both the
Yes, it
events?
will trigger both events.
Okay. So have you worked with arrow function
Um,
in JavaScript? Okay. So let me just give one analytical question, one aptitude like kind of question.
mhm.
From there, I'll just ping that question.
Okay.
You don't need to provide the exact solution or something.
Hmm.
You just you have to provide me the approach
Approach.
what how you are.
Okay. So first you can take chicken because fox does not eat corn. So you can take chicken to the other side, and next time he can come back, and he can take fox along with him, drop it on the other side, and get the chicken back, and drop it on this side where corn is. And when you after you drop the chicken, you can get the corn on the other side, and you can go back and get the chicken.
Okay. So I'm done with the interview.